There we go. Okay. Alright, so I got close to, I was like, maybe I should do this later, but thinking about using RG351 and just like hanging out with my dog because he's been laying on my bed. I'm like, man, he looks so comfortable over there playing stuff on here or on Switch, but figured I would just do this for now. See how streaming stuff on the PC goes. I don't really know what to play though. I'm using the Fight Pad yet again because the PlayStation controller, I like it. Got the two sticks, but it ends up being a bit of a headache when it comes to like other emulators. The Xbox controller is always going to be the most compatible, and I think this, I don't know, this just seems like it works. This feels really good for pretty much everything. Any of the retro stuff though. Maybe up to PlayStation, maybe not so much PlayStation, but like for all the Sega consoles besides the Dreamcast, of course, because there's no where do we go? I'm not gonna go with Sega. We're not gonna start there, but the Saturn has the 6-button pad that's laid out exactly like this thing is, so, and everything else kind of like fits into that control scheme. I remember the first time I saw this was at some kid's house that I was friends with in like 3rd or 4th grade. Back then, you know, whatever, there's Nintendo Power. That's how you find out about magazines, but something that I just saw it right there. Something that didn't occur to me until later on. Didn't occur to me until probably around when the PlayStation 2, I guess one was out. Because when you look at the back of Nintendo boxes, you look at those screenshots, those are actual, I feel like those are pictures. They're probably taking it with some kind of software, but you see how they're like shaped like a CRT? That didn't occur to me until later. I think they switched that up when there. Like when the Super Nintendo comes out, I think they start taking like regular screenshots. Yeah, you see how they're all like kind of oval sort of shaped? Let's see, I don't remember how the Super Nintendo boxes. I think these are just square. Or, yeah. It's just a really weird quirk of that time period. One of those things that you can go your entire life and not realize. You could have the boxes and just be like, oh, there's something weird about these. Besides the lack of uniformity. This Isolated Warrior. Oh yes. What is this? Innovative 3D concept. Dynamic diagonal scrolling. Attack aliens using futuristic vehicles. I'm gonna play a classic real quick. A game that I haven't touched in, it feels like years. I feel like I haven't touched this game since finding out about ROMs. Street Fighter 2010, the final fight. This is actually what got us through the 2010s. A little background. It's doing... not doing anything wrong, I just want to... Arg. What are these? Let's see what these are. Hopefully this doesn't stretch the screen or anything. is alright. Looks like the ship from R-Type. Why did that hit me? Having a hard time here. Having a hard time here. I want this guy to show up. The fact that when you go down in this game, you drop is the momentum of this game just feels off. Can't really place my finger on it. It's like all right, so I want to have more air control than I think I do. It's something there's something I just did and I'm like, that's a weird choice. How the heck was I supposed to know those are power-ups? I had no clue that's what's in. So you can't even tell those blocks are there. You see them now, but they just look like they're just background items. Yeah. Ooh. Why did he come back further that time? Damn it. Damn. I got a game over, I'm done. We're not that engaged in this game. Come on. Oh no, come on, come on. Stop being like that. Game. I'm not even bother grading it. This is the one that's kind of like a Metroidvania. I want to hear this opening song. Not the opening, but first level. Alright, let's go. This is this collection keeps going on sale on Switch, and as a person who likes retro games, I should get it, but I have played these games so many times. I don't think I've finished any of them besides maybe Turtles in Time and maybe the Hyperstone Ice, but do. They're mad about the news. About Shredder being on the news. It's not Shredder, it's not like, oh no, Shredder's here. Let's do it again. In April. This game. Back. The Manhattan Project. That right there is a very Japanese translated title. That. I think the first time I played this, I've mentioned this daycare before I used to go to. But they had this game there, someone bought the game, and I just remember being like blown away. Because it was like, you know, Turtles too, but it just looked cooler. This. No. There's another voice sample there, whatever you want to call it. Eating? Nope. Imagining things. I know there's something like when you start the level off. Anyway, like, if you didn't see, you know, that yellow soldier just through sand, that looks so cool. Seeing them bust out of the doors like that, or how they would just kind of like appear in places. Even as a kid, I was like, man, looks so realistic. I learned that word from my brother. 100% accurate all the time, but you know, whatever. The animations, there's just so many more animations in this game. It's wild. It's wild because it's still a Nintendo. It's not like it's another console or something, you know. The animation he has for rubbing the sand out of his eyes, like, come on, there's so many little things in this game that are just so neat. Doesn't make the game, like, you know, fundamentally better. Like, I've heard some people say that this is better than Turtles 2. But, you know, in my head, Turtles 2 is always the one, like, that's the one that I played first. Then it was Turtle 1, and then it was the Manhattan Project. Back then, the whole thing of seeing the word arcade on a game, you know, comparing the game, you're like, oh man, this looks just like the arcade one, because the arcade was like the pinnacle of games. That meant a lot too. So, you know, that Turtles 2 being called Turtles 2 the arcade game, even though I had never seen the arcade machine. I saw Turtles in Time before I saw Turtles 2. At the beach. I don't know why the turtles are in Key West. I'm not sure which method I like more in terms of scores. Some games do the thing where, like, each enemy that you kill, that's just 1 point. Or do I want to have it like this, so it's like, oh, you got a ridiculously high score, but it's kind of meaningless. Yeah, I got 33,000 points in the first level of Turtles 3. It's like, what does that mean? Oh no! With the anti-air. Okay. Yeah, take that. Oh man, the second level, you're surfing? And this is back when this was new, like that title, I can see that being written out in Japanese, having to translate it directly to English and being like, can we just call it level 2? This is so 90s, dude. It's not just, you know, it's not, you know, just it being the Ninja Turtles. It is them being on a surfboard. Like, why? It makes so much more sense for them to be on a skateboard than a surfboard, because you can't just go on a surfboard like that. There's no wave. I'm just going. Look at that slowdown. Look at that slowdown. Just don't remember that being a problem back then. Like, I don't mean like not existing. I mean like, you know, it was a thing that you would see in a game. Be like, oh man, it's just going slow because there's so many graphics on the screen. And now it's like, this is unacceptable. The game needs to be running at a minimum of 800 frames per second. No drops ever. Or it's badly optimized. Aw, man. Aw, man. Got it. There we go. When? One. Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 is officially probably not happening. Mario movie Easter eggs. Amazing. It's so weird how this thing isn't marked better. You can't tell where it is. It just pops out of the ground. Soundtrack is so good. Got an extra man. I got an extra man to help me clear this board. Oh man. I feel like I think I've gone over this before, but if I refer to them as levels, but I will accept boards, but when people refer to them as screens, I'm like, oh, you're old. Nowadays, people hearing somebody refer to it as like a level is like, oh, that's also, what is a level? Is this map? To me, it's not a map. Like if I'm playing a level like this is a level in a game. A map would be like the first level, like Doom. Uh-oh. Snap. You're gonna learn the power of turtle power. I don't know. Such a bummer. Yeah. Wait. Alright, these are fan-made achievements, and the fact that that doesn't count as an achievement is a bit of a... Standard bridge obstacles, bowling balls. That's actually, when you pass by a construction site, it's like a bridge, that's what they're really worried about. Like, hey, don't for those bowling balls. Potholes, it's not like, like, roads like weird, crazy drop-offs because it's not fully paved. It's bowling balls. How else would you flatten a road? A steamroller? Classic video game. Very of the time. I just realized there's like no health pickups. You can get an extra man on the board better. I'm about to lose all of my mans trying to clear this board. And he's so close. Oh, so close, so close. I don't even know who these characters are. Such a cool. I'm at like 92. So, it says 1990. I'll say 92. This is what this thing. Yeah. Not that I don't know. Sega Genesis. Just remember. So I just remember looking at this. It's so cool. This is unreleased. .44, 3.5. I didn't know this game existed. This is the one that everybody had. Like, you went to a kid that had a Simpsons game, it was this. And then I met one kid in like 90s that had this, and he gave me a copy. Being excited to get home and play it. I thought it was this. I couldn't read when I played the games. But then it's like, what's up? Like, if you get a Simpsons game, first off, Krusty is in the wrong colors. Why? Like, what is this? I'm just thinking, like, I want to play the game. How do I play the game? And, like, I chose trivia. I was like, what is happening? What is this? Is this an ice cream cone? I don't understand. Beth. And that looks like an item right there too, right? Oh, they're shooting firecrackers because they're Chinese, get it? Ah yes, how could I forget? Just to let you know how you run in this game. One button, this is shoot. This is B, B is shoot, A is jump. To run, because there's only 2 buttons, you hold the jump button down. That means that you can't run and jump. Who decided on that? This is from a company that made video games. It's not like this is the Simpsons division of a company. Oh. Obviously, that caught me off guard. Caught me off guard. I'd expect that to actually work. Hold on, you can't jump and climb. You have to... Okay, yes you can. Higher. It's a box of... or something. What Jebediah Springfield's head give me this ability? We're gonna go all the way to the top. There's no clue as to exactly what I'm looking for. They just want you to get stuff. They're like, there's junk here. Get it. What's junk? Oh no, kids, shut up. Your dumb Simpsons game. So I think in order to try this out, I think in order to like, climb this thing like while jumping, I think I have to. Yeah, you gotta let go of the D-pad and then press up on the D-pad. So I wanted to give the game some credit. Like it seems like it's doing more than it is. Kind of feels like you're sort of like jumping and catching onto the platform. Realistically, I think they just prefer. You can't run and then it's like Tekken terms. I gun it. How likely is it for me to grab that? So I saw the game just said 5. Yes. Right. Character explain nuclear violent vision, of course. Mark. Smithers. Yes. This is exactly how skateboarding is in real life. If you're wondering, in case you've never done it. Art pushes Mongo. Fascinating. You know what? I remember this now. I remember how I got into this game. Alright, so it gave me this. And I think around the same time this is like the late 90s. I was going back and collecting Nintendo games, retro games. Still are, of course, but you know, it's people playing like PS1 and Dreamcast. And I think I had this, and I thought it was weird. I thought it was bad. I'm not saying the game is good all of a sudden. I still think the game is pretty bad. But I had Wizards and Warriors too, and this is what got me to like Wizards. To having this game, and being like, I don't want to play this. I'd rather play Wizards and Warriors. Yeah, I think. Amazing. One-handed. Just to show that I'm a pro. The heads. I have to do these two? No, just leave. This is somehow... It's not like I have a lot of control over, like... Hongji, Bart. That's Mandarin from Roblox. Clearly, I'm not super invested in this anymore. Like, I lost it. I lost the thread. Are there any achievements in this? Here's the thing I didn't know. Skaters depicted are professionals wearing professionals. Rollerblade recommends that you wear protective. Inline skating is the sport. Rollerblade is a brand. Rollerblade inline skates. I was under the impression they were all rollerblades. I started looking into them like a couple of years ago. I was like, oh shoot, that was just a brand. What if he played Paperboy, but it was just the city? There was no like mail to deliver. This is literally like the same kind of map. Is Roller Games a movie? This looks like a movie IP. Let's see. Roller Games movie. Roller Games is a US television series. Sport of roller derby and featured a number of skaters who had been in the Roller Games League 61 and 1975, as well as younger participants. It was broadcast for one season, 89-90. Rock and Roller Games is the theme. After a 30-year absence, Fox Sports 1 began to air the series again on August 1st, 2020, to celebrate the series' 30th anniversary. Weird. There's one season and 13 episodes, and like, must have meant something to somebody. T-Birds, Hot Flash, Rockers. I'll be the Rockers. I'll be over there with Don Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Enter my zone, and you'll never... Fix your streets. Fix your streets, my dudes. And giving people rollerblades. How about working on your infrastructure? There are giant manholes with no covers. There's just like gaps in your streets. People just come out their front door. Yes. This graffiti just says no. Oh my goodness. Yo, how about getting jump kicked in rollerblades? I imagine that hurts. With how hard those wheels are too. Forgot to do something. Switch to 3. Let's see. Need to figure out why. Interesting. Alright, I was trying to see why it wasn't showing achievements for the games, and the games have achievements, but I guess my copy, whatever, our version's isn't the one that's detected for achievements. Amazing. Alright, I wanna... Does this have achievements? Does it? It does. Interesting. Let me go back. I was gonna make an observation. I was gonna say, this game has a 0.79 score out of 5. Already a red flag. And I was looking at the animations like, man, you know what? This looks like one of those, like, what is it, Action 52? This looks like a game from that. Then I saw in the bottom left corner, this is from Color Dreams. The people that made all those weird Bible games. Or I guess they changed their name to Wisdom Tree. Can't even read that. You picked the worst possible font. That's the 0.79 right there. Some of that voice sample. This is something. It's not a good thing. This is certainly a game. I guess that was the boss. Or was I supposed to know that? Yo. This game has committed my favorite old video game sin of putting an enemy somewhere that you can't deal with. Like, you have to jump it, but there's too many other things. Global Warrior. Bomberman. Hudson? Jalico. This is like, when they made Act Zero, they were probably looking at this like, yeah, we know how to make Bomberman games. Oh no, we got the wrong people. What's this Rambo? Oh, this is this Rambo. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Diamonds. Okay. Okay. This is not... You're missing the whole... It's almost there. It's supposed to be like a rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but it's whatever this is instead. Very rare when I, as an American, feel like, I'm gonna die trying to load this up real quick. I feel like, is it the Spectrum or is it the C64? It's gotta be the Spectrum. This isn't gonna work right. All sorts of issues here. I haven't tried using this controller with this thing before. And last time I did this, I was using what's it called? It's a different emulator, I believe. Maybe it'll just auto load. See, we'll sleep it alone. All the keys in the keyboard, and they're all regular stuff. Oh well. I feel like that version of the game, this version right here, is better. At least it has the proper music. Press space to do anything. I'm just hoping it detects the like a Kimson joystick or something. I don't know. I haven't used any of these in a very long time. I went through a short period of time when I was like, man, super cool. Once you realize, like, you know, say, got the Spectrum C64 to the Sharp X68000, whatever, like, all these things, they've just been out there. They existed at the same time that you were playing, like, Nintendo and Super Nintendo stuff, and it's like a whole new world. Dazzling place that you never knew. Start. It's about pressing keys on the keyboard. Hmm. Press. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, the classic. Anyway, whatever. This is the music. This is what it should sound like. I don't know what that Nintendo version is doing. Not the right thing, though. Committing war crimes over there in the Nintendo. Close. Oh no! Oh man, my tape was deloading. Oh, okay, alright. Close that. Go. Anyway, whatever. That's the song I was looking for there. That is the proper. Alien Crush, the one with the sexy lady. I don't know. That'll be the other one. Should I whack fast or slow? Amazing. Oh no. Pinball game. Nice. Yeah. I don't know what I just did. Bonus level? very busy. It's a lot to focus on. Damn. I think I'm supposed to shoot in its mouth. Oh, is that it? Yeah, it's one of two. There's this. See, I don't remember which one's which. I can never remember which one's which. There's this, and then there's... I already forgot the name of it. Devil's Crush. But then there's on the Switch, or I guess modern consoles and PC, there's I think it's Demon's Tilt, which is inspired by these two games. Yeah, this is the one with the sexy lady. Is what I refer to that thing in the movies. I don't think I understood that pinball had a point until like way later on. I feel like if I had this would have helped a lot. Like, you know, a TurboGrafx in a game like this. But, you know, going to an arcade back then and like seeing, let's say, any pinball game like the Addams Family pinball, and it's like, oh, your goal is obviously it's got to be to get the multi-ball. That's how you win, right? I was like, no, like each pinball game has like I would almost go so far as to say it's got its own like story and like things they want you to do to achieve different goals. Like do this, complete this objective, and then you can go do this objective. Or if you don't want to, you can just hit the balls and you get more balls to show up on the screen. Just so you're surrounded by balls. I never... Like, video game pinball back in the day always seemed kind of pointless, besides that Space Cadet Windows thing, because that was, you know, me. Because I didn't understand, like, oh, they want you to, like, you're doing something, like, you're working towards a goal, but... And a lot of those games also had this problem where they would, just be recreations of actual pinball tables, which I think is not the best choice. Like, on the Nintendo, like, having... Is it High Speed or something? I can't think of what it's called. I think like the first time I realized at all like there were actual objectives in pinball was probably when they made Pokemon Pinball, and then that Metroid Pinball, and there's that House of the Dead one on Game Boy Advance from forever ago. Oh. Uh-oh. I found out like way later on in my life that there's a problem with certain pinball tables where like with the modern companies, I do know of Yoku's Island. I haven't played it, that's one of those games that I always put on my wish list and I'll put in my shopping cart and be like, oh, I'm good. I think it's because... I think the reason I haven't bought it is because I believe I've got it through like 5 different Humble Bundles or something. And I just never actually redeemed the code. But yeah. That was, I think that was like an early Switch game too. I remember being kind of excited for that to be out. There was that and, not that it's a pinball game, but, that Snake game. What is that game called? I can't think of Snake Pass, I believe. I was really happy about Snake Pass coming out because that game had, it was weird and it had that, HD Rumble stuff, like, integrated really well. And at the time, I was working for a reptile breeder. So I was around snakes all the time. I want to get in that thing. I don't even know if I can. Doubt it. Nope. Ooh. Big mouth thing is open. Chance. Yeah, it was, so the guy, he was a reptile breeder. We worked at another job together and he kept telling me he wanted me to come by his place to help him. He had snakes. He had a ton of, like, ball pythons. But he also had geckos, like fat tail geckos, and he had rats, sugar gliders, hedgehogs, all sorts of stuff. And, like, my job was just to go there and, like, usually I think it was like 3 or 4 times a week. He paid me daily too, but the thing was, like, when I first got there, I was super nervous, and then, like, the longer I was there, the more comfortable I got and the more efficient I got. So he was like, I want to have you come and work full time. I was like, man, it does not take me full-time hours to take care of this stuff now that I'm comfortable here. But I had to move, so. Did I lose? Oh, I did. Should go back to my desktop. It's cool. I played this. This is a game I didn't know existed. Again, I don't know much about the Turbo. Here's a fun thing. Here's a fun thing from up here, and I don't know. I bought this in 2008. I went to a Goodwill up here, looking through in an area like I don't usually. Looking through, and in the CDs, they had a copy of this because these came in. Sometimes they'd be in like jewel cases, but it was art like this, and it was like $1. And I was like, should have Blazing Lasers, so I bought it. Never got a TurboGrafx, and then moved. This is one of those games that some people say is like one of this console. Be a hidden gem? I don't know. I do. What's funny is I lowered it and I made it not as strict, but it's still my option. My best thing to do is just to be not use it, but like the second the air comes on, it's a problem. This is it with it off. there's like a weird hum, and my fix for that would be to turn off my gain, but my voice tends to be really low in my room, so I was hoping I've got this I've got a button on here. It's a cough button. But it doesn't actually like fix the issue, so I think this is Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll leave it. This version of Darkwing Duck I think is really bad. I think let's see. I don't think I've played this before. Ooh, 1.33. Why? That's the best part. You know, one of the things that I think is lost on kids now is, you know, kids stay up playing games to this day, I'm sure. I'm not a parent, but back in the olden days, you know, you might sneak, like you're supposed to go to bed and like you go in your room, like maybe if you're lucky and you have a TV in your room, you like try to put a blanket or something under the front of the door because you know you can't lock your door, and you turn a game on and then you hear somebody coming, so you cut everything off and jump in bed. But if your parents touch the back of the TV stayed warm. Or would have that thing where it takes a second to like fully dim the picture. Like, oh man, tense. Looking at this right now, I can't imagine why this game would have a low score on here. Seems fine. Maybe it's just a first impression though. Maybe things change as time goes on. Ah, yes. I'm familiar with Ghosts and Goblins, not so much Ghouls and Ghosts. Most of my time with this character is from playing, realistically it's playing Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, on here, I wonder, I should actually look up like what magazine reviews were for this game. On here, since this is rated by like people that are playing the game, I assume it's got to be an emulation issue. It could be a thing where like speedrunners are like, oh, I hate this version of this game because certain enemies aren't predictable like they are in the other version. Wow, all I had to do was not jump. I was so concerned about those like buzzard things though. Vultures, whatever they are. Oh no. Scary. Oh no. Actually scary. Alright, good. Disrespectful. Game deserves a 1 out of 10. Alright. Gotta keep moving. Seems alright. I'll give it a higher score. This is out of 6 ratings. Why is this rated so low here? I don't get it. What is this? Is this also an overhead racing game? Yes, it is. These are weird. Especially the ones that are supposed to be like Sims. Because it's overhead, but it's like, oh, you gotta make sure that you pit and everything, and like, I don't know, man. It's just such a strange concept to me. Give me just a minute. Hey, okay, I'm back. I bought one of those giant Red Bulls that either it takes me like 20 minutes to drink, or it takes me the entire day. This is taking the entire day. It's the 20-ounce one. I remember back in the long ago times, they had the the Monster BFC, which when they released it, they were selling it for like $5, and it would have to be in its own separate cooler. Oh, look, there's a babe. It was a huge can. It was a ridiculous size can. Like, ridiculous to the point where it didn't fit in cup holders, which was very useless. The last time I saw one, it was in... I think it was a Big Lots or something. And they were going for like $1 because nobody wants to buy them because you can't hold them to drink them. It is irresponsibly big. They're only 2. Useful. There's a car across the street, and their horn is going off, like their whatever the what's it called, the little like door alarm thing or whatever is going off. So I thought that was actually happening in game, and I was like, man, wow, that's really good sound. Do I get to? I don't want to do 16 laps. I'll do 8 laps. Do I have to do a practice run? We'll see. We'll see what this is. Yo, the scrolling on that speedometer is insane. Guess what? This game's got manual. Not only is it a sim. Okay. I have to shift up from neutral. That's funny. It does the other thing that these games do, where when you turn the car, it doesn't try to straighten back out. So it's kind of like you're steering the steering wheel. This is tough. This is pretty tough. It's like when I got my learner's permit. Okay, actually not that bad of a driver, but still. It's so fast, man. Oh man, I was doing so good. This feels like it requires so much more attention than like modern racing games do, because you can't see what the hell is coming up. You just have to like be ready. Damn. My car has to get damaged. There we go. That answers that question. I just murdered those people on the side of the road there. I was trying to figure out why that guy was like waving his arms up and down besides just turning yellow. I was like, am I changing something? They call it, instead of transmission, they call it mission. That's funny. How do you... Can you imagine doing 75 laps? You crazy? There's no way. That does seem alright though. It's whatever, you know, old racing game. So what is this? Is this 1988 or 1990? 90, 91, 92? Oops. I've never been into F1 stuff. I don't understand it. The closest I ever got into F1 was like playing Pole Position. I was trying to think of what the game was called. Usually, alright, so my breaking point with racing games is like, I like racing games. I have a lot of fun with them. But the moment that you have to start worrying about pit strategy, I'm out. The second I have to take that game remotely seriously, like, I'm so good, dude. I'll go do other stuff. What is Final Soldier? Normal game. I'm looking at this box like, clearly this can't be what this game is. And it's from Hudson too. Of course it's a shooter. Shmup. What if I don't want to do normal game? 2-minute game, 5-minute game, score. Let's see what 2-minute game is. This sounds like a time trial. Like, how far can you get in 2 minutes? This is the Nick Arcade version of this game. I don't remember how that theme went. What's that one game? All-Star Carnival or something on the Nintendo? I didn't even know that game existed until it came out on like 3DS or something, just out of the blue. Oh. This is one of the ones where you don't have to tap the button. Good to know. Just get the balls. Shoot the balls. I don't know what the little things on the side of the screen are. I can't tell what's going to hit me and what isn't. Amazing. Speaking of so much going on, as I mentioned, I have this huge Red Bull. This feels like the video game version of that Red Bull. Like, this game is just like running around like crack. Like, everything is just flying and there's all sorts of... I think what it is because the background's not busy, it's just got stars flying by, so it's really hard to focus on what's going on. Those are missiles, but I want to refer to them as space carrots. That's what they look like to me. They're space carrots coming to murder me. I feel like every console has its thing, at least back then, like, you know, the 16-bit consoles, 8 and 16-bit. I feel like in my head, I associate, it's always going to be like this, but like the Sega Genesis I associate with attitude, and sports games. Just because that was such a big deal. Like, you know, they had a faster processor, but like, whenever I think of the TurboGrafx, I always think of shmups. Like, above anything else, it's shmups and then bonk. What is this? F is fire or something. Vulcan? This is, I don't know. Anytime I see a V, I assume it means the word Vulcan. I assume it's like weird machine gun thing. I don't know what this counts as. These look like missiles to me. What could V stand for? V seeking. This is, M did nothing. Those other little capsules are like my options. They're following me around. I can't seem to control them. I don't know what I would associate the Nintendo with specifically. I feel like Super Nintendo, it's got like a lot of like RPGs and fighting games and stuff, but I mean, there's also Donkey Kong. I feel like Super Nintendo's got such a wide variety. Not that Sega doesn't either, but this associates Sega with like certain types of things, like stuff that needs like a faster processor to really benefit. Sega CD is the game for the people that like to they're into all the domination stuff nowadays. Oh, what was your favorite console? Sega CD. That's why you love it when women talk down to you. I see. The Sega CD is entire, like, as much as the Sega Genesis had attitude, like the Sega CD was like, hey loser, what are you doing with your stupid baby games? Don't you want to play a game like a real man? Yeah. I can't even tell what the, I just see things and things that are trying to kill me. Just don't get hit by things trying to kill me. That is the goal. Uh-oh. Getting a phone call, but I'm also fighting for my life, like R. Kelly right now. Sega CD has all those FMV games. It's got Night Trap, it's got the Make My Video games. Oh man, there's so many. Because I've been playing those games lately, like it's just been like, what happens is I'll have a stream like this, and at some point I'm like, let me load up the Sega CD real quick, because I just downloaded more of those games recently. And yeah, all those games, everybody's talking trash to you. There's a Scottie Pippen game, but it's not like NBA Jam. It's all full motion video. Sonic CD is there are a handful of games that are like, I would just be like, oh, this is cool. Even a game like Mad Dog McCree, which is a light gun shooter, feels like it's talking down to you, and it's in the Old West. I guess you just weren't cut out to be the sheriff around here. Everybody in those games are so mean. Doing good. I think. This guy's not taking damage because he's got so many stupid projectiles around him. Alright, give me a sec. I have been sitting here on the phone, holding down one finger on the controller and like half playing with the D-pad. I still haven't died. I wonder if this shows them on like a list of like, oh, this is one of like the easier shmups to play on this console. It seems alright. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like I'm half paying attention to this game right now. I feel like I could be doing something else. Just filling out taxes or something, you know. I guess because there's so many. I'm not super great at shmups. I feel like at one point I was okay. I was decent, but like I'm not gonna say like I'm some sort of like savant or anything like that. It's just like this doesn't feel. Look at how much space there is with everything. I feel maybe. The other thing this game doesn't have is it doesn't have the you know how I think like Darius and stuff has the ability to like change your speed? This only has the one speed. Nothing has changed my speed so far, so it's been like, it's actually been nice. It feels like this game is tuned for a speed, and I'm already there. So I don't have to worry about that. It's like, just not a factor. I need to see something. Okay, I do die. I need to know if I was going to die or if I was going to take like a hit point damage or something like that. I can't tell if that thing is on the same level as I am or not. I'm also trying to figure that out too. I need that thing to come back. I need closure. It's not giving it to me. I'm getting another phone call. Hold on. Okay, I gotta leave again in a few minutes. Ooh. Oof. Those lasers. Those blazing lasers. Oh man. Oh man. I should probably go take care of this now. Ah, yes. Because they were expecting you to get double-digit lives and be like, ah, nope. They're all gone. Yeah, that seems okay. It's alright. Not this. This seems okay. I don't mind it. I don't think this would ever be like my favorite. Final or Fire Pro. Fire Pro. Look at that bicep, man. This is a manly game here. Oh, look at this. Look at these graphics. This series gets so good. All I can think about every time I play because I got WWE 2K 22 and 23 on Steam. I haven't played much of either of them. I'd put more time into 2K 23, which isn't saying much. I put like 5 or 6 hours in that game. One day, because I put maybe like 20 hours, 20, 30 hours into like 2K 15 or 16. That'll happen again. But all I can think about is like, these games here, this series, if you can find community support for one of the games, like they have everything. It's all the features that are missing from the modern wrestling games. Anyway, alright, I'll be back. It's probably going to take me like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to go pick up food and then come back and drop it off to everybody. So, peace out for now.